HooHooHooRobin.
Let's get Michael in here, man.
The inspiration for the Blindside.
Hey, Michael.
Thanks for coming in.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Nice to meet you. Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton to your left there, sir.
Danny Ross.
Try to be a heavyweight.
Yeah. Wow. So you're walking down the hall and it's like, yep, he is big. God damn.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman.
You're the funny guy?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Mediocre at best. Yeah.
They was telling me out there they're trying to get rid of you.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding.
Been trying for a long time.
I really like The Blind Side. I'm not a big fan of Sandra Bullock, but I like the movie in general.
Right.
And the one thing, and I'm glad I read it ahead of time, I was thinking that this is probably not portraying you properly.
Yeah.
This movie, because you come across in the movie, obviously your character, because you weren't in the actual movie, as a dumb guy, and I'm thinking this guy's not a dumb guy.
No, I'm not like they, portray me. A little bit smarter than what they showed. Really did a lot of things on my own. I always had a inner drive to see it on my own, and that I've always said I was gonna make it regardless if I had the help or been taken in, and I could have been anything, garbage man, worked in restaurants. I was gonna make it to put a roof over my back and food on my table, to make a decent life for me.
Is that how you see the movie though, where they portrayed you a little dumber than you really are?
A little dumber.
You might want to phrase that differently.
I'm sitting far enough away from him.
A little bit.
Because then in the movie they do show that actually you weren't dumb, you just didn't know how to learn properly, I guess.
Yeah, in real life, coming from public schools, then going to a private school, you're not going to see a lot of material that they showed, and I had to catch up a little bit, but once I got going, it was a totally different story.
And the other part of the movie, the little kid, he drove me nuts because he wasn't teaching you football.
No, I always, I've been, I prided myself on football for a long time, and that's all I really had growing up. And, I've been knowing sports since, 7, 8 years old, and, I already knew how to play. I didn't learn how to play football, with ketchup bottles or, Leanne teaching me.
But they needed to make it inspirational.
I know, but the point,
stuff,
the point of making
job overall, though.
I know, but I'm trying to defend
Separate
you a little bit.
fact from fiction.
Yeah, because in the movie they made it look like he never played football before ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way that's possible.
They would have been some great coaches. They're supposed to be NFL coaches if they can teach somebody stuff that fast.
But like Ant said, though, it is Hollywood.
Was the kid helping you train? That kind of annoyed me, too. It made it look like, here's the big dumb lug. We'll show him how to live life. And it's like, no, they just took a guy in who was homeless.
I always been a hard worker. We didn't do anything like that. Hollywood's Hollywood,
But were you watching the scene like where the little kid is training you? Go ahead, Big Mike. And you're like, what the fuck is this idiocy?
Basically saying the little white kid has a better brain than the black guy.
That really did annoy me because that's what Hollywood does.
I was kind of annoyed by that too.
Yeah.
I was just sitting back watching, and not every day, people have a movie made about them. So, especially where I'm from, so I just took that.
That is
Michael,
true.
we don't want to. We want people to read the book, obviously, but what's the real story? Like quickly, you know what I mean? Like, how did this family, discover you and take you in?
No, I was already at the school, and I just needed help getting from. I had to. From where I'm from, it's a long way out there, and to the school, so I couldn't. I had to stay from different families and things like that. I already knew, Sean was a volunteer coach, and he would help me put money on my meal plan, things like that. And Leanne, she would take me shopping sometimes, but I was already at the school, and just you needed help. My senior year going into my senior year, and it took me in, and it's been great ever since.
Did they really see you walking down the street and pick you up like that, or was that kind of?
Nah, it didn't happen like that. I was already, spending the night over at the house, and they asked me, did I want to move in, and I said, yeah. And
how about wait? What else did I want to ask too? You did have? Did they really ask when you were going into college if you were if they were like boosters that had? Did you really have a conflict going into college?
NCAA?
Yeah.
We did. I did. Talk to NCAA. People, and question everything because that's not normal, with the NCAA, somebody bringing you in, especially alumni. So
right,
yeah.
And how about the gun? Was she really a gun owner that went? Because this
went
scene,
into the hood.
Opie saw the movie first, and he goes, "This one scene you're gonna love where she goes into the hood with a gun."
Drove me nuts. Like those guys would have laughed at her in real life. I don't know anything about the hood, but you gotta assume it. Come on.
Yeah, Hollywood's been Hollywood. That's a different story in the neighborhood where I'm from. People do not do that. So
you don't think that the white lady in the skirt went in with the pistol and frightened the whole neighborhood? I was like, what are they doing?
Frighten the gangbangers? Really?
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that's real about this movie.
That was a great story, though.
How about there was kind of the relationship with your real mom in the film. Was that she was not around when you were young, and that you were kind of? How true is that? Was that true?
She struggled with her own things, but when she was able, she loved us dearly, and took the best care of us she could, and just a product of her environment, and it was nothing something she couldn't do nothing about, but we took care of ourselves most of the time, and survived on our own.
So did you reconnect with her?
We don't have a bond like we had growing up, and hopefully in the future, she's working hard to get back on track, and we'll have that one day.
Oh, good.
Wait, do you know where she is and all that?
Yeah, she's everybody's in Memphis. Still keeping contact with everybody.
And you're one of 12?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of 12 kids.
I was actually blown. Like, I knew it was based on a true story, but one thing they did well is they seemed to cast people who looked like when I saw your real mother, when I saw Leanne, and I saw Sandra Bullock, I'm like, okay, that wasn't that crazy. Or Kathy Bates is, was she Miss Sue?
Yeah, Miss Sue.
That wasn't you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that played you, you're not an easy guy to cast. You're a big guy, but he thought he did a good job.
They did all right.
Did you like him as an actor? Is it weird seeing yourself portrayed by another person? Your voice, the face, and the mannerisms?
Nah. Personality, the way I act and things like that, it wasn't me. It was off a little bit.
Yeah, you seem to be a little more, I don't know, with it. A little more animated, a little more vocal. Because here's pretty much what I got from the film. I want to play football. Like, everything he said was very low, very, very, like, it wasn't really, like, you're very energetic and personable.
You're a jock. You come in, you're like a regular jock.
Regular jock.
Yeah.
That's what they told you in high school. When they picked on you.
They didn't pick on me because nobody wanted to get made fun of. They didn't pick on me.
Oh, you was funny in high school too?
Yeah, they didn't want to. That was the only thing that kept me from getting my ass kicked.
Exactly.
But I'm saying when you came in, I'm not even saying that in a bad way, but that's the way jocks do. Like, hey,
Yeah. So
you're not just.
There's more of a confidence.
Yeah, whereas the guy they had playing you was kind of like, oh, shucks.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Golly
Just
gee
needed
type
help
of guy.
with no, that's the way they're doing it.
Hey, Michael, how nice was that house, huh? Compared to how you were living.
Oh man, it was.
Was it as nice as they showed in the film?
Yeah, it was very nice. It was a different way of living, and it was great.
You didn't fold those blankets up.
I try to keep everything neat and clean.
But in the movie with the folded blankets and the pillow all nice.
Like, I wouldn't do that. I'd just be like, I'd be in the kitchen eating.
I actually, did that. That's how I am, and I make sure everything's neat. So
yeah.
That's how I live.
I didn't like the fact that they showed that as a point in the movie, like we're supposed to be shocked, like the big black guy actually folded the blankets. It was like that was supposed to be the moving part. Like, hey, they are just like us.
Oh,
but that was the idiocy of that moment.
Yeah,
the black folds the blankets.
The black-white thing drives us nuts in commercials and movies, Michael. Just so you know where we're coming from.
I guess.
Now, in the movie, they portray the school and the neighborhood as very white. Was that the case in real life too?
Yeah,
where there was some racism with the mom there because she brought in a black kid because they kind of showed that a little bit.
Behind the scenes, I don't know. I think there was a little bit stuff like that, but nobody brought it to me. I got along with all the students at the school, and we had great times.
Yeah.
So you, how long have you been with the Ravens?
It's going into my third year.
Okay. How long is your contract?
I said one because he got drafted in 2009. Hello, I'm losing track of time.
I thought that was kind of moving. That was to me the most moving part of the film was seeing the real you and your real family. I was like, oh wow, that really it was. Because I didn't know how the story ended. Any hardcore football fans probably knew that he played for Baltimore.
You get to go to the Super Bowl?
A 10? No, I didn't go.
No, this year.
No, we didn't go. We didn't make it.
No, I know you didn't make it.
I
know we don't look like jocks, but we follow.
That's what I said. Do you guys know anything?
No.
How many baskets did you make?
Yeah. A lot of you guys go down there just to check it out.
I didn't go. The Steelers made it, and that's our rival. They put us out the playoffs, and I didn't even watch the game. So I watched probably 4 minutes of it.
You can't even watch the game.
I didn't watch it personally. We supposed to have been there. We supposed to play it in it, so we didn't do it. And
did you listen to the radio show that was on in our place when we were fired?
One time I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. And I laughed really hard.
Do you watch
They were brave enough to finally beat the shit out of us because we didn't have a voice. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do you watch other football games? Or I don't watch other stand-ups. Very rarely do I watch them because I just don't want to see it. And is it hard for you to watch other
Maybe
football games?
you can learn something from them.
No, I'd rather just fucking bumble along and fail on my own. There's no need to watch them.
Nah, I mean, I watch it. We watch a lot of games. On TV, studying film, everything. So,
Were you happy Pittsburgh lost? You must have been happy if they're your rivals.
Yeah, that's a big time rival. So you definitely don't want them to win.
And that was a heartbreaker too. That wasn't like a blowout that they could have handled from the first quarter on. They almost came back.
He doesn't know. He didn't see the game.
No, he knows what happened. I'm sure he watched the highlights. Come on, once you found out they lost, you must have watched every highlight.
My college teammate Mike Wallace played. I checked it out a couple times, see how he did, but I didn't watch the full game.
Who's the hardest guy you have to play against? Who's the guy you hate going up against the most?
I'm not gonna throw any names out there, but I love playing the Steelers defense. It's an intense rival, and it's a big time game every time.
Do you are you pretty fan friendly? Because I have a weird thing with athletes. Most of the guys I like are MMA guys because they're the coolest with the fans. But some of the guys, like we had Terrell Owens in, he was like, kept the sunglasses on. It's like one of those guys.
I try to sign as many autographs as I can after the game. Whenever if a fan comes up to me, I try to get all the autographs.
Has life changed for you after the movie? I mean, it made you obviously a lot more recognizable.
Yeah, it did. But I think I'm just laid back, chill, and really don't get into too much of the hoopla. So
you wrote this to kind of, I guess, write the things that you felt were not told properly in the movie. Did it kind of say I want to tell it from my point of view too? No,
one reason I wrote it, I started getting, hundreds and thousands of, letters, people telling me I was a role model, inspiration, and, to give them hope and let them know that, you can be anything you want to be as long as you, stay focused and, do the right thing.
There was one scene where you fight in, there's a fight scene in the movie.
Come on, man. I'm smarter than that. I would have took off running, man.
Because it was kind of weird that he just gets up and he belts like
with a gun? Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody had guns.
Yeah, and he just walks up and beats them all up because they insult the family. It's like that. Again, they were drug dealers. You don't just punch drug dealers and they fall into the fish tank and you walk away.
Did you see a lot of violence growing up? Because obviously you lived in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, tons of it. That's gangs, violence, drugs, everything. So, yeah.
And what kept you out of it? Was it sports or was it just your mom?
One end the cycle of going. For me, that's all I saw. I had no mentors or things like that. You grow up, you go to school, you drop out, do all that stuff. I never wanted to do that. I wanted a better life for me.
How is this is what always drive me nuts too? Like, do you read negative criticism about yourself on sports pages? I mean, there has to be some, and it's got to annoy you.
If some come across the TV or something like that, somebody tell me something. It doesn't get under my skin. You just got to work hard and stay focused. You can't let the people who barely know anything about football get to you.
Once in a while, though, I've read stuff about myself I didn't care for.
It really doesn't bother me at all.
I want to ask about the shoplifting when you were growing up. You got to do what you got to do. I did a little shoplifting. You
got to eat.
I was a poor kid, so I took my shots in the fucking supermarket.
No doubt.
What'd you steal? You go for the meat?
Anything, candy, meat, whatever I could to, wherever we could. We had to, eat at night, so we had to get the job done.
You ever get caught?
I got caught probably about 4 times.
Yeah, because you're a big guy and looking suspicious in
the
supermarket. You're not flying under the radar.
Nah.
Did you go in with the big coat so you could steal more?
In the winter, we did have coats and stuff on. Yeah,
I was
still got caught.
I remember when I was a kid, me and my friend Marvin stole Star Wars figures, and we got caught, and we stole Chewbacca.
Steal toys.
Yeah, you know how it is. I was 19. I didn't know any better, and we were really young. And I remember the security guard took us in, and I never forgot this. But I remember Marvin had put I think the guy wanted to see Marvin's penis because he had shorts on, so he made me leave the room while he checked Marvin because he thought he had a Star Wars figure down the the front of his pants.
Boy, that sounds.
He just wanted to see Marvin's penis.
Of course he did.
Yes.
He made you. Y'all didn't.
He asked me to leave the room.
All three of y'all didn't stay in, and y'all.
No, he didn't put a cracker on the floor. No, I went outside, but I was so stupid at that age. I didn't know, like, he's probably looking at Marvin's package because Marvin had a huge mule. Even at that age, I realized Marvin was gifted. He was 13. He had a beard. You know how it is.
You know how it is.
Yeah. And he had a little Star Wars figure in his underpants.
Oh man.
Well, this looks like a good book to read.
Are you doing any book signings?
I did one at Barnes & Noble yesterday.
Okay.
Where? Those places are shut down, man. The one in my neighborhood is done.
It was Barnes & Noble, I think. Yeah. On
there's still a few out there.
Few out
Fifth
there.
Street, I think.
Are you doing any more or no?
Yeah, I got one in Baltimore tonight. Doing really all over traveling. Be traveling for about 3 weeks promoting the booking. Okay. Trying to get it out there.
Do you know how the teammates treat you? Do they goof around a little bit?
Nah, everybody enjoyed it. They congratulated me and they told me they were proud of me. And happy for me.
Did your family have any issues with it? Like, hey, that's not exactly how it happened.
Nah, they loved everybody.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you'd wonder because sometimes you're portrayed differently and be like, it's not me. No one tried to sue.
Not that I know of. No.
Not that you know of.
Anyone else? Any of the siblings doing well?
My biological.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's doing pretty good.
Doing all right.
They grown up and got their own lives and doing all right.
Do you change your number so they don't call asking for money?
Not from my family, but distant relatives, a lot of old friends, things like that. Yeah, if it's from the area code I'm used to, don't answer. Leave a message if it's important. You know how it goes.
Have you had some people come creeping around looking for cash?
Of course.
You had to have.
That's how the game goes. That's all the time.
Are you comfortable saying no?
I say no in the heart. Probably a record-breaking time.
No.
You know how to go.
Because in the end, man, I mean, NFL player, that's rough. We knew a few of these guys, and it's a tough life, and you don't know how many years you really got.
Exactly. You can be gone the next day and
right.
no bank account.
All of a sudden, you see we just watch, and all of a sudden you see one of these guys limping off the field, and you don't know that that's it for him.
Yeah,
you just assume he's going to rehab and come back, but a lot of these guys, you see them limp off the field and never hear from them again.
That's fucked up. Yeah,
that's how it is.
And you're an offensive lineman, man. You're in those pileups every fucking Sunday. I don't know how you do that.
Just gotta, praying and just play the game the right way and try to, and hopefully you make it out every Sunday.
Right. Don't you love guys like Eric Williams who really, I kind of like guys that played a little bit dirtier because I didn't have to face them, so it's kind of fun to watch them.
Michael really
does. Cowboy fan.
Michael really has to go.
Oh.
He's got a heart out because he's got a lot to do today. Michael, thank you. I mean, hopefully come back and see us again.
The book is called "I Beat the Odds."
Yeah.
From homelessness to the blind side and beyond. And it's Michael telling his story from his point of view and straightening out, I guess, certain things that were told a little inaccurately.
Thought you guys were gonna never read the title.
Oh yeah, we did actually before you came in.
We did before. We'll do it a little, and then this replays all day. So.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, we just sold you some books. Trust me, Michael.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
We're gonna do a quick break, and then we got JWoww from the Jersey Shore next.